Good morning, everybody. My name is Jenny Buckley. I'm one of the 7th grade language arts teachers here.
My name is Eli Michelson. I'm the other 7th grade language arts teacher here. And we want to welcome you to the leader here for our Apathy project. See some familiar faces in the crowd. Thank you for coming out early in the morning to see what these students have been working on for the past month or so.
A couple things, students, we're going to have you move to the center section, please. We like to have our audience concentrate over here. It makes it a little bit easier for students in eye contact. Adults, you're welcome to stay where you're at, but move our students over. This is our 2nd day. How many of you were in yesterday to see some presentations? Okay, so not a ton. We want to go through just a few reminders for you, for the presenters, as well as for audience members. So first things first, there's a spotlight that's kind of shining down here. As you are speaking today, you want to make sure you stand in the light. If you step out of the light, we can probably see you, but it's a little bit more difficult, and we are streaming this live for people who can be here. So if you're not standing in the light, it also happens if you stand in the back. Your face is kind of in shadow. So you want to stay kind of up here in front of this line on the board so that your face is in the light.
Another thing is to make sure that your feet are planted toward the audience so that your eyes follow that kind of line, so you have engaged audience and you're using good eye contact. If you've got your feet planted kind of towards the screen here, you're really tempted to read out the screen and all we're going to see is your back. So work on engaging your audience using your body and your eyes. Also, you should have a microphone. We'll have one microphone up here on stage. Make sure that you are speaking into the microphone and speaking as clearly as you can. Get it really close to your face. Otherwise, we'll not hear you as well as we should. Also, make sure that, because then we can't hear you as well. So be careful when you using that.
If you look out or one of your partners looks out and you see Mr. Michelson and I doing this, it's because we can't hear you and we want you to put the microphone. It's hard to grade when you can't hear what you're saying. You're also going to have the clicker. I would recommend whoever is not talking be clicking, but some groups have done that differently. It kind of fits in your hand and it goes left and right. Pretty simple, you'll figure it out. There was one group yesterday who tried to do it upside down. It doesn't work that way. And that's the silver thing. This computer is your regular old, it's my laptop in my room. There's a mouse here for you to use. And we've already pulled up the document with your view-only links. If you send us a new link, I think we've updated it. If for some reason you get up here and you think the wrong version is showing up on the screen, let us know and we can take care of that. There's actually only 7 groups performing this morning. So we're going to have plenty of time to stretch and relax in between. Because we want to stay on track to those stakeholders and parents who are coming in at a set time to see a presentation.
Yeah, other than that, keep in mind that as you are in the audience, you should be attentive. You should make sure you're not talking to your friends if you don't have any sort of devices out. That's going to be a huge distraction. I can see pretty much everybody right now. I can see exactly what you're doing. So don't be a distraction for the people up here on stage. And make sure that you're representing us and you're representing what good stuff these student behavior looks like.
Yeah, I guess I was just going to say a couple things we learned yesterday, just as a reminder, since we have a little bit of time. We did a debrief with most of the classes, and the things that we heard over and over that students thought were good was when the group that was presenting was able to show enthusiasm and excitement about their topic, the audience felt themselves more engaged. And that happens through eye contact, that happens through varying your voice, and you're not just talking like this the whole time. It's just shown when you're excited about explaining your data. And that was the other thing. We had some really good data yesterday, but I want to remind you, when you put your graphs up on the screen and you say 74% of the students we interviewed agreed with this question, tell us how many people you interviewed. It's kind of hard for me to put into perspective if you say 71% agreed and you only interviewed 5 people. And some groups interviewed well over 60, 70 kids or got survey results from that many. So please make sure you're telling us that. And then also take time with your campaign to explain, how does this work? How is a poster going to change behavior? How is a hashtag going to make a difference? You have time to explain that. So go into detail, explain the parts of your campaign. And of course, don't forget your hypothesis. How is this going to impact our community? How are people going to change?
When you finish with your performance, please stay up on stage. We're going to ask you at least one question for each group, just to find out a little bit more about your project and anything that we still need to hear from you, or just anything we want to hear from you after some of your ideas.
I'm going to ask one more favor, students. I'm going to ask that you take your note cards and put them under your chair. And the reason I'm asking that is because it would be very tempting to have them in my lab and to study them and to miss my fellow colleagues' presentations. We want everybody's eyes and attention on the people who are speaking.
All right, so we are going to get started then with Ansel and Max, and Joe, followed by Maddie and Abby, and then Ryan, Dalton, and Riley are in the whole.
Yeah, Ryan, Dalton, and Riley will go to 8-10 now.
I think it is the equipment treatment and budgets. Any gym equipment treatment and budgets. Ansel, Max, and Joey.
My understanding of the Q&A with 2 seasoned gym teachers, the budget is holding back the gym teachers, the students' experience, holding them back from truly making the client experience fully gratifying and amazing for students. They need more money for activities, to do new activities and find better work. I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm blaming school, because I'm not. All I'm saying is that the school does not focus on gym. It's very how important exercise is, as you probably realize right now. As you probably realize.
The experience of gym for children is held back by ourselves, not the schools. Why, might you ask? How we treat the gym equipment? It is torn, ragged, old, and all we do is complain about it. Not trying to finding out the source of the problem or help. I think we need to change that. Be aware of spending the 5 extra cents or go out and put away the gym equipment nicely or use it right. And an example of this is in the interview question I asked Ms. Gilbertson. Do you feel that our budget holds back your students' experience or makes it harder to do certain activities? Yes, it does. We can't do activities with limited resources and can't get new games after constantly replacing the old equipment.
Some of the many effects of obesity has on humans, it can lead to a negative emotional state. If children don't eat breakfast, it can affect their learning, it can obstruct breathing, and it can be unhealthy or even deadly. It can cause diabetes. Overweight conditions eventually eventually cause stoppage, clogging, congestion, or obstruction in the heart, and many other serious health problems. It can lead to depression and probably suicide or self-harm. Why we are talking about obesity, we are trying to show the importance of a healthy lifestyle. Many factors contribute to obesity, but the leading cause in America right now is not getting enough exercise. With improper equipment and less gym time, kids can't work out their own.
Positives of exercise. Fire works on the energy of the learning current generation, making for less fidgeting in class, a more calm and focused class. Fire lets children explore their talents and interests and gives them something to pursue in their free time. Fire lets children meet friends in a much more athletic environment. It allows many children to come out of their shells. Fire for me is a great way to burn out stress as well as calories. For me, fire can make my day because I love a challenge. Not as big a problem as Dinah, but the individuals who are more challenged in life, it can be a great super have fun. Of course, losing weight and keeping healthy is probably the biggest reason to stay fit. To me, sports teach children respect. If you need friends in sport, it's basically exercise teaches many values such as working hard and never stopping. At least in my experience with cross country. It allows children to pursue a much different second career in athletics. Learning to be physically fit can help you in dangerous situations, such as being chased by a swarm, pissed off honey badgers, and defending yourself from attackers.
So how do we plan to solve this problem? We have 3 different plans we could put into effect. Our solution for the gym equipment problem is that one day a year, gym teachers and students could meet to discuss how to properly treat equipment and truthfully explain their problems and concerns with students. A great way to raise money for and schools 25 cents tax for each citizen in Edina a year. This would raise almost $12,000 a year and more than enough to increase the FIAD budget and help multiple other branches of Edina.
Our multifaceted campaign was the Herald like t-shirts, ads, posters or whatever, and then cookies for like posts on social media. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for listening to our presentation. Really nice. I wish you all a great day.
Hey guys, thank you. I would like for you to explain your campaign in a little more detail. You said t-shirts, Twitter feed, I can't remember, ads or whatever. What exactly would those have on them and how are they going to change? What's the purpose of them, I guess?
Oh, it's really, we need to raise awareness for a time. People don't really know the problems that we face. People don't really know the problems like this in school, issues such as this, and many people do not know how important physical activity is to really maintain a really healthy lifestyle. Like everyone always talks about it, but they never really get into detail. And people do not understand how much better this could be. And I also think not just that, but it also like be a great way to raise money. It's online.
So you mentioned you would raise about $12,000 through your plan. What would that go towards, I guess, specifically? Have you talked to teachers about that?
Yeah, not just the student budget, but it could also go to many other subjects and many other things, such as language arts or social studies or just school thing. Like 25 cents for people in Ghana, which is relatively rich area, is not much at all for a year. And it would be a great way to raise money for lots of things that we need money at this point.
Thank Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Yeah, thank you.
For starting us off this morning.
Hi, I'm Abby Faith. And I'm Madison Dunn. And our apathy topic is unhealthy drinks for teens. Unhealthy drinks are drinks that include soda, Starbucks, juice, Gatorade, and more. Unhealthy drinks are also drinks that are high in calories and sugar, but usually low in nutrients. Think to yourself, do you have an unhealthy drink often? Our problem is that teens are having too many unhealthy drinks because they have opportunities and easy ways to get them, such as in school cafeterias, coffee shops, stores, and at your house. When we asked teens, do you have easy access to unhealthy drinks at home? 73% said yes or sometimes. Did you know that this 20-ounce bottle of Sprite is equal in calories to the sandwiches wraps that we made? This would really put into perspective what you can have with the same amount of calories, but with way more nutrients. This juice is sold in our school cafeteria and is 34 grams of sugar and only 10 ounces. That's 3.4 grams of sugar per ounce. And even though sugar does give you a boost, it usually crashes after. And you can see how this would affect you later. Here's some data we found. 7 in 10 teens have an unhealthy beverage 1 or more times a week. This data is shocking because teens are taking so much extra calories and sugar every week, and those calories and sugars can be spent towards more nutritious foods. 59% of teens said that they do not know the nutrition facts of the drinks. This did not surprise us at all because we think that if they did know the nutrition facts, they wouldn't drink them as often or at least use it in moderation. So this is our campaign. We will sell a mug that represents the nutrition facts in soda. This is set out for the people that have unhealthy drinks at home. We will put fruit infused water machines in the lunchroom to give students a healthy beverage option that has flavor. The fruit, in fact, does give nutrients when it soaks into the water. Our last campaign is to post posters around the school showing people what is in their drinks. We have one for athletes with Gatorade and another one for people that drink soda, since that was the most popular consumed drink. Our hypothesis from our campaign is that teens will become more aware of their beverages nutrition facts and make healthier choices. It is possible teens may stop drinking unhealthy drinks altogether or just have it in moderation. Our goal is that after this presentation, people will know the nutrition facts in their drinks, or at least have them less often. Just remember, it's okay to have an unhealthy drink as long as you know that moderation is key. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. I see some things on my screen that I like to do. I am curious. I really like that you pulled in the stuff in the cafeteria. What else? I see an Izzy up there. Does the cafeteria still sell?
Yeah, they're doing the snack line.
Okay, and did you? And maybe you put it up there. I missed it. What's the nutrition and the sugar and stuff in that? Do you remember?
Depending on the Izzy, it has different nutrition facts. So I know some have like 18 grams of sugar. I just looked at the sugar for that one, but others have more.
So what is a good amount of sugar that we, like how much is too much? What's the cutoff, do you think, for everyday drink versus just a special once in a while?
Well, there are like some Starbucks drinks that have like 400 calories, which is like your intake of sugar of calories should be like 2,000 calories like a day, and that's like a fourth. So
thank you, ladies. Well done. We've got 4 minutes before our next session begins, so if you would like to stand up, we ask that you stay in the theater. If you have a parent or a stakeholder here, now would be a good time to go back and greet them, shake their hand, welcome them, thank you for coming.
We should help. What was the difference? It's like, oh, it's like American is save our money. Yeah, you see, America's so rich and healthy that hold on. It's such a big deal.
Cole, don't climb over chairs. Don't climb over. They're not ladders, they're chairs.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dalton. I'm Riley Hammond. I'm Ryan Lacey. Today we are here to talk about profanity. Profanity is blasphemous language. In other words, cussing, swearing, or offensive language. We all know that swearing is a problem, and we know that us, the younger generation, is the future. And we need to make sure that we need to pass on good habits and stop bad habits now. Did you know by the age of 2, a toddler already knows a swear word? Also, did you know that a toddler learns swear words faster than the alphabet? So why should we care? I know we have a legacy to live up to, and I guess profanity ruins its reputation and it makes us look pretty bad. So, did you know this leads to bullying, and this tool is used to bully other people too? We went around the school asking around 40 kids 4 different questions. For the first question, we asked, do you think profanity is a problem in self-esteem? 2 said extreme, 21 said yes, 13 said moderate, and 4 said no.
Then we also asked, do you think profanity harms others? 20 said yes, 4 said no, and 15 said sometimes.
We also asked, do you hear people swearing at self-esteem? 70% said yes, and 30% said no. And then, do you think profanity influences others? 32 said yes, 7 said no.
And we all know the fact that it will never always go away and be eliminated, but we can do something about it.
And our campaign/solution is the Profanity Pledge. The Profanity Pledge is we want others to stop swearing for a set time, either a day or a week, and to not swear, and to have other people not swear too. And if they like it, to keep not swearing.
We actually had a friend who tried this, actually felt better about himself, and I guess more content, so.
You can always replace bad words too, like darn, sugar snacks, are you kidding me, what the pancakes.
If you hear it, I guess you can call them out on it. You can say, I'm offended by it, and you can ask them to stop, so, yeah.
Thank you for your attention. Remember, swearing isn't caring.
Hypothesis is if people might stop swearing, other will. And remember, if you can't say it in front of your brain, just don't say it at all.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Some darn good ideas. Curious, how many people did you interview for those?
Around 40.
Oh.
In your interview, people are making your own discussions. Why is it so popular to swear instead of using big simple techniques?
Well, because you see on social media and like TV, a lot of like famous people are doing it, so they might think it's cool to do it.
And maybe someone else is kind of pushing them to do it. Maybe they learned it from a parent or something, so, or a friend that is popular. So,
yeah. Did you actually write a pledge or create? Like would it be like a sticker?
You might actually put posters up, just reminding others to watch. I guess the language. It's pretty powerful for even others.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
So it looks like we have Fredo and Kim.
Hi, my name is Apathy and Fredo Larson, and Apathy Projects on School Bullying. What is bullying? Bullying is use of fear, strength, or influence to intimidate someone, typically to use force to force him or her to do what one wants. Bullying is unwanted behavior. This behavior is repeated. Bullying includes actions such as making threats, spreading rumors, attacking someone physically or verbally, and excluding someone from the group on purpose. We took a survey and found this information from 12 people. 4 people said yes to the question, have you ever been bullied outside of school? And 8 people said no.
The next question we asked in the survey was, have you ever stood up with someone being bullied? 8 people said yes, 4 people said no. 10 people said yes to the question, have you ever felt like you were being bullied? 2 people said no.
The last question we asked, which was, if you ever been bullied, do you feel able towards the bully? 3 people said yes, and 4 people said no. How to stop bullying? This is the victims of bullying at like normal schools and the reports on the sides. The darker color is 6th grade. The navy blue is 7, and the light blue is 8th grade. And, why does bullying happen? The bully feels more important, more powerful or important, or they want to get their own way all the time. They feel insecure or lack of confidence and try to fit in with the group. They are fearful of the other children's differences. They are jealous of another child. They are unhappy. They are copying what they have seen others do before or what has been done for them.
This is how to react to bullying. Tell an adult or walk away. This is not how to react to bullying. Showing that the bully is successfully making you feel hurt anyway.
Our solution is to make a bullying-free environment. We can do that by telling adults when people are being bullied, creating rules and policies for bullying and the environment.
Our campaign is if you stand up for someone being bullied at school, you get a pass to leave school for 1 whole day, or you get a free lunch for 2 days. In conclusion, you can stop bullying if you stand up for someone. And if you're feeling bullied, you can report it. Bullying is wrong and harmful. If you are bullied, think of someone as someone who's teasing you.
Thank you, and that's all the project. Thank you all for coming.
Hey, gentlemen, I know this is a problem that we try to talk about as teachers as much as we can. I'm curious, you mentioned those passes to get out of class or to get a free lunch. Who would be in charge of handing those out in your eyes?
Well, you can find it at the office, if you tell them about it, proposals or tell them about the past.
Let's talk about your hypothesis a little bit. I think it's implied, but I don't know that you specifically stated. If we can create a bully-free zone at school, what changes do you anticipate the students in the atmosphere, the environment?
Tell students to stand up for themselves, ask the bullies why they bully the other child, propose to them, put the bullies off, ask them why they bully.
Okay, I'm gonna ask one more question. How does that change life outside of Southview? Either online or just in the community when you guys move from this building to other parts of your life? How can the habits formed during middle school about bullying have an impact in the future?
You put online tweets and post stuff on like Instagram, Twitter, because a lot of the schools use that kind of stuff, and you can probably like post it.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, can I buy some strawberries? Sure, do you want organic or non-organic? What's the difference? That's what our Apathy project is about. My name is Meryl Sutton. And I'm Emma Seebeck. Our problem is that not enough people buy organic foods, and also that organic foods cost too much money. When we went to different stores around Edina and asked the shoppers if they bought organic, only 31% said that they did buy organic. The people who didn't buy organic said that they didn't because of the price. We surveyed people and asked them if they knew what organic foods were. 92% of them said that they knew what organic was, but a lot of them were still buying non-organic foods. We also did research on the prices between organic foods and non-organic foods, and found out that organic is 4 times more expensive. As an example, we compared the prices of organic blueberries versus non-organic blueberries, and we figured out that the organic blueberries cost $1.36 per ounce, compared to the non-organic blueberries that only cost 31 cents per ounce. Other reasons that you should buy organic other than the prices are: organic foods are healthier. Eating organic foods can help prevent diseases because there are 18 to 69% more antioxidants in them. If you didn't know, antioxidants prevent diseases. Also, there are less chemicals in organic foods. Organic foods have 4 times less pesticide residue. We took pictures of organic foods and non-organic foods. Which one would you want to eat? I know I would want to eat the organic ones. This is another example of the appearance. We came up with some campaign ideas that we thought would get people thinking about organic foods. Our campaign ideas are targeted to families and adults. Our first idea is a taste test. We and our families did a taste test and were blown away by the fact that all of us said that organic tasted much better than the non-organic. If we got other people to try organic foods, they might start buying. We made posters and hung them around the school to catch people's attention and get them thinking about organic food.
We made products such as a shirt and a cup.
Another one of our campaign ideas we came up with was to go to stores and talk to people about the benefits of organic food.
Our last campaign idea was to post pics on social media about organic and non-organic foods.
Finally is our solution. Our solution is that with the manager's permission, we will hand out coupons to customers at the checkouts to encourage them to buy organic foods.
We think that if we hand out coupons at stores, people will either start buying organic foods or at least consider trying them.
Finally, you are what you eat, so what will you buy the next time you go to the store? Thank you.
I found it really interesting that you said organic food is 4 times more expensive. If you think about how that would impact a family who doesn't have a lot of spare money, a lot of people make decisions about what they can afford at the grocery store. If you can't buy everything organic, in your research, did you come across what you should buy? Like, you can't buy the dairy, the meat, the fruit, the veggies, the bread, whatever. Where do you get the most bang for your buck if you're going to buy organic?
Well, we found out that it was more in fruits and vegetables because there's more chemicals on those. And they can get through the chemicals can get through the skin of the fruits and vegetables, and that can be unhealthy.
Looks like you did a lot of authentic work with this project. What was the best book? Thank you, ladies. We got to take another 5-minute break here to honor our stakeholders and stay on our schedule that we greet your parents if you're here.
Wait, Matthew, stay right there. Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's not there. I forgot his name. Yeah, the Muppets. Why can't they all have a stereo range? Oh, no. I mean, like, no. That's not what I meant. Dude, stop motion is not how you feel. Like, stop motion.
Basically, do you think this was a good
It takes so much it's different. Oh, I should have my friends and where's the
Okay.
you have to die.
Thank you for getting yourselves back into seats and everything. We are ready to move on to 35, so our next performance is ready.
Hi, I'm Maggie Walsh. Hi, I'm Karen Pendlani. Good morning. My name is Anna Devine. Our apathy topic is vandalism. We made a PowerPoint about our issue. So what can we do about vandalism? So what's the problem anyway? Students are bothered and distracted by vandalism and they decide to do it too. Who causes it? Students get bored in class, so instead of listening to their teacher, they decide to jog desks, lockers, etc. We asked 42 students how often they see vandalism at our school. 62% said they see vandalism in school a lot. We also asked where they see it the most. The majority of the students surveyed said that they see it mostly in bathrooms. Here are some of our campaign ideas. We first created a poster to spread the awareness. We also are planning to ask Dr. Russell if we can put them up in the hallways. We also created other campaign ideas, such as phone cases, and we also made some t-shirts. We hope that these will make people stop and think about vandalism. We went around the school looking for vandalism. Here are a few pictures of what we found. We found this in the bathroom stall. We found yet another piece of vandalism on a locker. There's also a lot more vandalism in the choir room, but it's not appropriate. So how does this affect you? With most vandalism gone, students will be more focused on their classwork. So what are we going to do about it? Our solution is to influence students to stop vandalism in school. Also, because janitors spend most of their time cleaning places where people have vandalized. So what can you do about it? Thank you for coming.
You know, you mentioned that janitors spend a considerable amount of time cleaning up vandalism, and that's true. How would it be different if they did not have to funnel their efforts into cleaning up vandalism? What could they funnel their efforts into, and how would that impact us as a community at Southfield?
Well, if people stop vandalism, the janitor's job would be a lot easier, and our school would be a better place, and it won't be full of vandalism.
Do you know that they don't have time to wash your desks every day? Think about all of the germs and the flu that went around in December. What if they could actually clean and be healthier? That's what I think about. Awesome, thanks, girl.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ben Lynch, and Liam Anderson and Kirsten Meyer, and we did safety for bikers. The problem that we have is that the cars and bikers are both dangerous to each other because they're not looking, and many injuries can be caused by this. It's for people. Well, what causes this problem? Drivers and bikers are not aware of each other, so this can cause very injuries. But it's very dangerous to each other because, we want to put more signs on the sidewalks and intersections so bikers know when to stop and when not to hit into a sign and all that. And that we are putting signs on intersections that have lots of traffic. We interviewed some people, and 17 said that they felt unsafe with biking down the street, and 3 said no. And then we asked them what streets they felt unsafe going down, and it says France, Highway 100, Valley View, Interlochen Boulevard, Wooddale. And we took some photos so we could see like why they felt unsafe. And first, there's a main road. First is a main road on France Avenue. And many cars are just going to speed right through here, which is very unsafe for bikers. And then there's also no sidewalk or bike lane for bikers or walkers, which is very unsafe for both of them, as if there would be cars going down that street too. And then since there is no sidewalk or bikers have to share the road, which is also very dangerous because you may hit each other because there may be a car biking down around the road. And then we did Interlochen Boulevard. First of all, it's very narrow for bikers and walkers. And for bikers, they may hit some gravel in this area, which may make them fall down and get hurt. And then also there's a very small bike lane, which doesn't give you a lot of room, which they can hit a curb and fall down. And lastly, there's a pole right here, which may make you freak out and maybe like swerve a little and fall down to or go on the road, which may cause you more dangerous. On the street, Wooddale Avenue, with that book right there, you can't really see the cars coming in, or you can't really see the bikers or other cars. So it's not dangerous to just cars and bikers, it's also dangerous to cars and cars to each other. Those two poles right there, the bikers can freak out against what those two. That pole right there, if the bikers already going down the road, you can see the car coming and try an emergency and hit that one. What can happen, because this bad things can happen to people who don't pay attention to this, so the bikers have to pay attention to where they bike and be careful. Not to our solution to this, one of our solutions is that we could put up posters in schools or in areas of high traffic, which will make people, bikers and cars aware of the problem and to be more safe on the road. And our hypothesis for these is how it will affect others. First, it will help bikers feel more safe and help drivers focus more on other drivers and the road instead of bikers. And the immediate change you will see, or hope to see, is some bikers and some cars will see signs, and this will help some feel more safe. And in the long run, we hope that all cars and bikers will see signs and be more safe on the road. The most important part for safety advice is to always wear a helmet so you don't easily get injured. And then try to stay out of the middle of the road where cars are, so you get really tour. And then bike on the sidewalk if there is one. If not, bike on the bike lane which is on the side of the road. And if there's not a bike lane on the side of the road, then just bike on the side of the road. It might be dangerous, but it's all right. And pay attention to what's in front of you so you don't hit anything, like a pole or a sign or anything else. And then avoid roads that make you feel uncomfortable to ride on. And then how can we fix this problem? To part of fixing this problem. So if you're walking down the street and see a biker, tell him or her to be careful if they stop and there's a stop sign, so you can talk to them. And then people get frustrated both ways when they're biking or in the car. And then the final way is to form a campaign to stop this problem. Our multifaceted campaign is people can use the hashtag look both ways or stop fair way to spread awareness for bikers and car safety. And thanks for watching.
Thank you, Dylan. I like that you looked at this as a problem for both drivers and bikers. You mentioned putting signs up so that cars know to share the road. And I like your tips for bikers. How do you plan to let bikers know some of these tips and be aware of how to stay safe when you're on a bike?
Maybe schools could do like assemblies to be aware of these problems and tips so that they know what's going on.
If I'm going to use the hashtags for Instagram, what am I taking pictures of that I'm hashtagging?
Maybe stop signs for bikers. Like streets you don't have stop signs.
Okay. So kind of like I could, if I'm on the road and I see something that I think is unsafe, I could snap a picture and then hashtag it, and then other people would see that spot. Is that kind of the thought?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Thanks, guys.
Before we start the actual presentation, we're going to show how to.
Using button.
My name is Nick. My name is JP.
My name is Mel.
Our apathy project was the lack of sidewalks in town. Our problem is the lack of sidewalks in the area. It's great that we have the bike lanes now on the streets, but some people like walking better than. Our prediction is that when we check our survey that many people think it's a problem. There are so many streets that don't have sidewalks though. Our campaign goal is to end apathy about the lack of sidewalks in Medina and to increase the number of sidewalks that there are. Our campaign is a multifaceted campaign, and the first part of it is that if every single citizen donated $28, we could raise over $1 million. We have a slogan, and it's sidewalks, not ambulances. We can also write a letter to the city of Atlanta explaining like why they need more sidewalks and how it affects us. We will sell merchandise to raise awareness and raise funds for a campaign. We'll spread the word
by telling our fellow classmates how they can help. And with our website. That is our slogan. This is a sample. This is a sample of how we can write to the shape. This is some of the merchandise we could have. And we have shirts, drawstring bags, whiskies, hats, and mugs. You could spread the word by going to this site. On this site, on the site, we can start merchandise and put the back to our campaign. Our predicted outcome of our campaign is that the entire community will be happier and safer with the sign-ups. We hope you enjoyed our presentation, and remember, you can make a solution to this problem.
Thank you, guys. When you were looking at this topic, did you find any places in particular in Uganda that you'd like to see sidewalks?
I think one was near here is a 60th. And I think on France, there's a lot of places on sidewalks.
Okay. And that website you mentioned, is that an actual site you can go to, or?
No.
Okay.
Did you investigate the cost? I know you said we raised $1 million, that'd be great. What is the actual cost to put in a sidewalk and?
We didn't really get that.
Thanks, guys, have a seat.
All right, as Mr. Cross's class shuffles out, let's give him another round of applause for all the presentation he's doing today.
It was a very good first day of Apathy Presentations for your class. Gentlemen, TQ, Max, Joe, please do not sit together next class. Okay. Nick, all of you guys. Let's talk a little bit about some of the things that we saw today that you thought were really effective. What things did presenters do today that really engaged you, Frankie? You need to close your device, put them in your chair.
Good. Yeah, certainly being aware of your eye contact and making sure that you're clear is really important. I saw a lot of people who wanted to work with that today. And like you said, hard evidence, that data to prove the problem. A lot of really good authentic data today. Yeah.
So authentic images for evidence to prove that this is a problem right here, not just something that we found on the internet, but proof. Flashy starts a way to engage your audience right away. Awesome. Say that again. So people who have a little joke or some kind of make us laugh and engage us.
Some element of humor is always appreciated. Yes. Yeah, and not reading off the screen. I mean, people that are using note cards and just making sure that the visual wasn't exactly what's coming out of their mouth, because that's going to lose your audience's attention pretty quickly.
So instead of maybe just doing a bar or pie graph, we had some pictograms or infographics that showed us 4 out of 5 or whatever. You know what I love, what I'm hearing right now is you guys are just giving examples of what is a good presentation. Now keep in mind that when your teachers give a presentation in class, their purpose is different. It's often to give you notes and a lot of information. But in the working world, when you give a presentation, the things that we're talking about right now, images that stick in your reader's mind, less text, engaging, being confident in what you're saying, speaking clearly, having passion, adding some humor. Those are all things that will serve you well when you give presentations in the future, whether it's for school or for a job or something, you know, maybe you're volunteering to give a presentation. Those things are key to remember in the future. And it's awesome that you're getting a chance at this age to practice that and to recognize those good skills in other presentations.
Yeah, just being able to communicate here is clearly, and to work with others, which you know that you did for this project, it's going to be some really good skills for you in the future. What can we maybe, if I'm going on Thursday, or if maybe I felt that something didn't go quite like I expected it to, what can we work on in the future with some of these projects or other projects in the future?
Okay, yeah, I did notice some groups were kind of stuck back here, or even behind or in front of their group mates. So yeah, I just kind of thinking about where you're standing so that people can see you best. Good piece of advice.
What else? Other advice for any other groups? Yeah, that authentic piece is what we like to see, and making sure that you know what's going to be up on the screen, and if it is going to be something that catch someone's eye. Or is it?
Don't mumble. Agree. Did you have any hand raised, Tricia? Rachel. When you talk into the microphone, make it so everyone can hear. Sometimes we hold the microphone here and it's not as clear, or here, or if we're mumbling a little bit, it's kind of hard to understand what we're saying. So talking clearly and holding the microphone close to your mouth is very helpful.
Yeah, so some good advice. I think you'll probably see some other presentations, and we'll probably have this conversation in some other classes, whether you're doing Mr. Cuss's class or Mr. Carr's class later this week. Or, you know, on Thursday, we have a whole other round of performances, so we're excited for those. We've got a few minutes left here. So first of all, make sure that anything that you see around you is picked up. We want to keep this space as nice and clean as we can as we've been using it.
We did have some kids leaving behind their note cards yesterday. If you are done and you want to throw them away, there's a trash can in the back. One more thing, I really want to compliment you on dressing for success. We saw a lot of people dressed very nice and sharply today, which is awesome. And the rest of you will get a chance to do that on Friday the 13th. Please stay in the theater until we dismiss you. You are not leaving yet. Come back, gentlemen. Nick Tokar or Nick, you know what? Come back. We got 5 minutes of class left. You gotta stay in the theater. Thank you.
They're so good. My mom says them to us, like, because we had our eyes shut. And you know,
That's okay, you know, it's not always possible.